Howdy folks, we are back for week 2 of Draft League. This is going to be myself, the Arizona Birds of Prey, against Black's Hillview Honchkrows. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I ran a whole bunch of mocks with Sean. I feel like I'm in a pretty good place with his team. Porygon 2 gives me a lot of problems, but outside of that, this is not the scariest team I could have faced, so he also doesn't appear to have brought hazard control, because I think the only Pokemon that he has that gets that is Hisuian Decidueye with Defog. So I'm going to lead Flygon and maybe just get Rocks up turn 1, but we'll see what they lead with. Cool trainer card, nice shiny. Love to see it. And they lead Araquanid. That is very scary, but we have our answer staring it right in the face right now, so yeah, I don't know. I don't think that I need Terra Ground on Magneton, so I'm not going to mess around with this. He doesn't have a ground type, so I'm just going to fire away with the Terra Electric Thunder Punch and see if we can just KO this thing off the rip. Come on, Tallulah. Come on, Tallulah. Do enough. Pop! And it's gone. Beautiful first turn. Flygon KOs Arac with T-Punch. Alright, well, that was a lovely start. And we got rid of a massive threat, so love to see that. We're also not choiced, so we're not locked in to an electric move. But he doesn't have a ton on his team that switches in comfortably to this, so we're sitting in a good position. In comes Glorbo, the shiny Appleton. I don't know what this thing can do to me, because we're no longer a dragon type. We're no longer weak to dragon moves. So I think I'm just going to set up my Stealth Rock here. If he wants to like Leech Seed or something. Okay, so they are going to commit their Terra with Appleton now, which honestly I'm fine with. It's going to be Steel, okay? So I'm okay with this because I was much more afraid of the Terra Fairy on Porygon 2. That gave me a lot of problems in the mock battles. So they are going to go for Draco. That does more than half. Oh, Eject Pack. That's kind of cool. So they drop their stats and get the heck out of there. We got our rocks up, so I'll take that exchange. We took a big hit, but obviously we live it because we no longer have the dragon typing, so it's just neutral. But now we know that Appleton is Steel. He cannot Terra Porygon 2. Here comes another Glorbo. That is going to be said Porygon 2. I'm just going to U-turn on this thing. That does very little, but it's okay. Have to see what he wants to go for here. I feel like Magneton is a pretty okay switch, just as like a middle ground. I brought a very offensive team, so okay, so he does go for tri-attack. That does a lot. I'm not sure, but that might be specs. That's scary, so... There's not a ton on my team that appreciates taking that. It would be nice to hang on to Magneton. So let's just Volt Switch. They stay in, so something else is going to have to take a hit from this thing, which I don't love. I feel like I should be able to take a singular hit with Kyurem, and then I can threaten back with really anything that I want to go for. Quack is kind of frail. Hawlucha is obviously frail. I don't really want to lose Tallulah if I don't have to. So let's just go into Kyurem and see what happens. If this does more than half, it's still okay because we should outspeed it. Tri-attack. Yeah, so it does do more than half, and it burns me. That's unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. And let's just lock in with Freeze Dry, I guess. I don't know if that's going to be enough to knock this out from where it's at. I hope it is. We're specs. Freeze Dry is just in case they go to Toxapex to try and eat like a Draco Meteor or something. They stay in, Freeze Dry, not gonna be enough. And then they recover. Ooh boy. Well, this puts us in a very awkward position. So I have other things that deal with the rest of his threats, so I'm just gonna stay in. I can't afford to switch and like take damage on something else. So they'll knock me out there. So Porygon 2 KOs Kyurem with Tri-attack. Well, not ideal. But now I feel like I can pretty safely go into Quack. The only thing that's gonna appreciate a close combat is Toxapex, but everything else is gonna get chunked. I don't know if Aqua Step is gonna be enough for this. Yeah, it's iffy. I'm not gonna mess around. I'm just gonna go for close combat. And they withdraw, so they're probably gonna go into Toxapex here. Would be my guess. Yeah, so they do go into Toxapex. We'll see if it's like Rocky Helmet or something. Close combat does very little. And it's Black Sludge. So I'm gonna switch into Magneton here. They might predict my switch and double into something, but we'll have to see. No, so they Acid Spray. That's not going to affect Magneton. So that was a solid switch on our part. I'm just gonna lock in with Thunderbolt, because I don't want to Volt Switch and then have to bring in something else. Okay, so they're gonna switch. Thunderbolt's gonna hurt. They bring in this. Does a considerable amount, but not a huge amount of damage there. I can't imagine they'd go for a Draco Meteor here. This might be a dumb play, but I'm just gonna stay in, because this is kind of our answer to this. Maybe we'll get like a Hera or something. No, so they go Apple Acid. That does a small amount, drops our Def. Don't really care, because I think the next Thunderbolt will take it out. Seems like they're thinking about it. I wouldn't be surprised if they switch here, but again, I don't know that anything is really going to appreciate a Thunderbolt from this thing, especially with Analytic, because if they switch, we get it boosted. Okay, so they do switch, so we're gonna get an Analytic boosted Thunderbolt on something. It's gonna be the shiny Klauf. Thunderbolt. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's the Analytic difference right there. Just straight up nukes that thing. So Magneton KOs Klauf with T-Bolt. Alright, well, we had a lot of answers to Klauf. Probably wasn't the worst call for them to just let that die, but I don't think that that was their intention there. Okay, Quark Drive on Boulder raises their speed. It would be nice to keep Magneton for the Toxapex, maybe? But we still have Flygon in the back. So I'm probably just gonna let Magneton go down here. The thing is, if they go for Swords Dance, we're in trouble, and they might Earthquake. So this is risky, because if they crit us, it's bad. But also, if they Swords Dance, they punish us thereafter, because they're not going to die to a Thunderbolt, I can't imagine. So the other piece of this is with Grassy Surge, it would potentially weaken Earthquake if they go for that. And they go for Mighty Cleave. And that does not kill us, because they didn't get a crit. So again, I'm not going to mess around with this thing. It's way too scary, so we're going to Grassy Glide. And that's going to take it out. Oh, wow. So when I was running Mox with Sean, if that thing had like any kind of bulk investment in HP or defense, it was able to tank one of those. But fortunately for us, Thwacky just gets rid of that enormous threat. Goes into this. Would a Grassy Glide be able to take that out from that range? I don't know if I want to risk that. But I also don't know that I want to switch. Let's just go for it and hope that we can do enough damage to it. And we do. Okay, perfect. Thwacky on a rampage. Love to see it. Thwacky KOs Appleton with Glide. Porygon is going to take some chip there. And that'll probably put that into range too, we'll see. And it does, okay. Banded Thwacky just going crazy here, love to see it. Zumon taking down threat after threat. And now they go into Toxapex, which is probably not going to appreciate a Grassy Glide. But do we want to switch into something? Let's switch just in case, because we can bring Thwacky back out and go for Woodhammer, which will hurt this more than Grassy Glide would. I don't think that a Grassy Glide would take that thing out. Okay, so they're just going to recover. And now we can kind of freely just fire off Thunderbolts. Grassy Terrain disappears. Let's see if they have anything for this. They may not. They should have a water move of some sort, so that does a ton. And they go for Acid Spray, so they may not even have a move that can damage Magneton. That's unfortunate given how low health we're at, because something like a Chilling Water or a Surf probably would have got us, but that'll be the game right there with Magneton. Magneton KOs Pex with T-Bolt. And that'll be the game. I feel like we matched up incredibly well against Black's team, and I maybe kind of over-prepared, but it worked out in our favor in the end. We had Thwacky to deal with, Boulder, that massive threat, and Magneton was super clutch. So GG Black, GG to the Honchkrows, but that'll be the Birds of Prey getting win number 2.